Hello and welcome to my channel. It's Sally here, and also welcome to a new project that I'm going to be starting today. So it's now the 1st of October, and all through October I'm going to be doing a project making a grimoire. You may have seen my previous video that kind of like gave a little taster of what I'm going to be doing. So this is the first kind of full episode where we're going to be starting it. It is a stitch along, and I will be providing free templates of my lettering that I do and the little motifs that I will be creating as we're going along. So this is just, first of all, I've just created this little typed out menu, if you like, of what we're going to be doing. So it's going to be called a grimoire, which is like a witch's book, an encyclopedia. It's kind of like a little encyclopedia or knowledge book of I'm calling it slow spells and mindful magic. I'll tell you why in a little while. I've already told you on the previous video if you've watched that. And I'll just go through some books that I've found helpful and inspirational. So it's kind of like a play on words for that. I'll show you in a minute. So we're going to have 4 weeks of stitchery. Week 1, it'll be moving quite fast, and you may not be able to get everything finished in 1 week. But so it's kind of like a project that you can kind of finish at your own leisure if you like. So week 1 will be a title page, which is the front page, and then we'll also be doing the back page. And I'm probably going to split these videos, so you probably have 2 videos a week. There may be more, we'll see how we go, but I'm planning on kind of doing 2 videos a week all through October. So first one will be this week, today will be the title page, and then in a couple of days time we'll do the back page. Week 2 we're going to concentrate on an altar. It's going to be stitched, so it's kind of like a visual altar rather than actual you're having the pieces on a physical altar. Week 3 we're going to be concentrating on a spell which will be unique to you. You can use the spell that I'm going to use, or you can create one yourself. I've just created one myself, so it's just whatever you want to do, but I will have that available for you if you wanted to use that. And then also a witch's knot. I'll go into more detail when we come to that. You can Google it and you'll be able to find it on there. It's kind of like how you bind your spell with a ribbon, so you'll need some kind of light ribbon as well for this one. At the altar you'll probably need a doily. I'm going to be using a doily, just a small one. Let me see, I've got examples. I have already showed you some of my doilies that I've got, something kind of like that, not too big, but it's going to be page size if you like. So you'll probably need to dig out a doily, or you can actually, you know, embroider a circle and decorate a circle. It's up to you. And then week 4 we'll be celebrating the sun, the moon and the stars. So that's the weeks as we're going along, just so you know. But we're going to start on the title page today, so I'm just going to move this out of the way and show you. First of all, I'll show you books that I've used for inspiration. This one here is absolutely gorgeous, The Witch's Journal. I've gone through these already on the previous video, so I'm only going to do them quickly. The Witch's Journal by Celine Silverwind. I'll just give you a quick through. Lots and lots of information in there. This one here, this is where I've got this one's called Gentle Spells and Kind Magic. So I thought I would go for slow spells and mindful magic, which is like kind of like mixing slow stitching and your mindfulness with the spells and whatnot. So there's this one here. I love these books. Sam McKechnie. She is the Magpie and the Wardrobe. If you go onto Instagram, she's got she does all her stuff on there. But yeah, beautiful layouts and everything, very lovely inspiration. I've got a couple of her books. This one here, The Magpie and Wardrobe, Curiosity of Folklore, Magic and Spells. Again, beautifully set out books and bits of ephemera that you can use if you wanted to. So that one, and I've also had a flick through this one for inspiration, The Handmade Grimoire by Laura Derbyshire, and The Witch's Yearbook by Claire Gogarty, which is another lovely book. I think she calls herself a head witch, and it's because it's got quite a lot of plants things about plants and things like that, and very earthy. That one is. I think that one probably is as well. That one's quite earthy as well. So anyway, they're kind of like the books that I am using for inspiration. I'm just going to pop those to one side as well, so I've got a little bit more room, and go straight on to the title page. So this, I've already shown you this as well, which is kind of like my excuse me, just notes. Excuse me. My voice is going. Notes on what we're going to be doing all through the weeks. I'm only going to show you the two that we're doing at the moment, just because I want a bit of a surprise for you as we go along. So this is kind of like the title page, and I've just kind of decorated around thinking, and then we're going to, that's kind of, this isn't finished yet. I'm still going to be working on this as we're going along, but it's kind of like the sigil, it's called. Some people call it a sigil. I'm not sure. I think it's sigil though, but it's kind of like an emblem, a motif. And I will show you how to create one of those as well. But today we're going to be concentrating on our front page. So pages, I have decided, I've got, oh, it's an 8-page journal as well. So you'll probably, if you're going to be following along, you'll need 8 pieces of fabric, but they can be different. I've got 8 of these doilies. I don't know which is the front and which is the back. I think that's the front. I've got 8 of these, so I don't know whether I'm going to use all 8, but I'm definitely going to use 2 for the front and the back. So I've chosen my piece, and because it's quite flimsy, it's just a thin linen, I have cut a piece of cloth. This is an old French sheet that I thought I would use. I've cut it a little bit bigger, basically because if I want to use a hoop, it's kind of giving me a little bit of more room to kind of go over the edges. And also, I don't know whether I'm going to, I might tuck it over like that, or I might cut it off. I don't know yet, but I just thought I'd make my page slightly bigger so that if I use a hoop, I've kind of got space around. Because sometimes if you've got a hoop, then you've got to kind of like just go onto the edge sometimes. So anyway, that's my piece that I'm working on. And then what I've done, by the time this video comes out, there will be a PDF in my Facebook group. It's called Dotty Bees Slow Stitching. I will pop it all at the bottom of the video, where you can get, if you're not already a member, you just join. You'll have to answer a couple of questions. But that's just to keep out the bots and the scammers and stuff like that. And then you'll be able to access this by going to, I think it's files at the top of the page. There's a little thing called files. If you click on there, it will say Grimoire. There's quite a few free PDFs on there. I think it's going to be at the top, but you should see it under Grimoire anyway. And that will be a PDF of this, where you can print it out and then you can trace the letters and words if you want to. So what I've done is I've traced this and have my words. And what I've just realised is I've put a cloth down, because I thought it'd be nice to put a cloth down, but it's quite bumpy. So I'm going to have to pop something hard down. I'm just going to try and find something to pop down. So what? I don't know whether that's going to be any good. Give me a firm surface to trace onto. So what I'm also going to do, what I've also got is I'm going to decorate my page as well. So I've got a pot of, I've pulled out some laces and some fabrics here. I've also got buttons, and I've got Suffolk puffs and little motifs and stuff there. And I'm just going to decorate, also colours, threads. So I've got this here. This is my little platter of threads. So these are kind of like the colours that I'm going to use. I've pulled out some greens. I've kind of gone brightish green because I want things to stand out. But then I've kind of gone a bit earthy. So we've got some browns and yellows. We've gone peachy. We've got some pinks, and they kind of got like going into lilacs as well. And I've got some dark just because I need some, when I'm doing the words, it's quite nice to have them to stand out. So that's kind of like my colour palette. Now, I know me, and I'll probably diversify. I don't know how, but I'm kind of going to try and stick to these kind of like earthy colours if I can. But I'm not promising anything, because I know myself and I know how I go off on a different tangent sometimes. So we'll see how we go. But at the moment, that's initial thoughts. So it's quite a big blank space, and I think if I just put my words on, it would look okay. but maybe a bit plain. So, and that's also why I'm going for some darker threads, because if I put these kind of fabrics on, I'll need something to kind of counterbalance that, to be able to see my words so they don't get lost. So I've got this fabric here. Look at this, isn't this gorgeous? I just love that. But is it too much? That's what I'm thinking. I know I've also got some patchworky type, old patchworky bits in here as well. Sorry, because of the space, I haven't got that much space to work with. I've got a lovely piece of crochet. I've got that as well. That's lovely as well, isn't it? It's like a child in a sweet shop when it comes to fabrics. Oh look, oh look, oh look. Now, when I was popping these in, I did see a lovely piece of patchwork. And can I find it now? Can I? There it is. It's this one here. It's kind of like shabby. And it's probably too big, because I don't think I'd want that blue on there. So that would have to come off. I'd snip that off maybe. But isn't that gorgeous? There. I know I've got my design is showing stars in all four corners, but you know, that was how I was kind of designing it at the time. But it doesn't mean to say you've got to stick to that rigidly. You don't have to. You can alter your design at any time. I do love that, really do. And I like this, but maybe this is going to be for another page rather than this page, because I don't want too much on. That I think is too dark for this. Got that. Oh, I thought I had a lighter one as well. And I also love this. And I'm just thinking, you don't even have to stay on the page. You can. Oh, yeah, that's gonna go over. I think I'm gonna have that. So when that's, because that, don't forget, I won't see any of that. It'll just be that. Or even there. It's like an opener. Let's take that off. I think that's going to be no for this one, but I would love to use that somewhere. I like that. I love that, but I think that's going to go on another page. I've got stuff for puffs. Nope. I'm just going to see. Oh, there it is. That's that light piece. I just love the shape of it as well. It's quite misshapen, but I just think that would be great. I think I'm going to have that. Thinking that I'm just going to trim off that little one. Scissors. Pop it back in my pot. I'm not going to lose it. Wondering, is it too dark? Right, what I'm going to do is I've put the motif of this here, but I don't have to have it there, so I can move that round and then I can pop that in that corner like that. I might just get rid of this bit there. It's an old bit. It's like that. That, I think it goes that way, like, okay. Do I want anything else in there? That's a thistle. Don't know which way it goes. It goes that way. No, I'm not going to have that one. I've got some more. let's just take a snippet off. I wonder if I can kind of cut this, or rip. I wonder if I can rip it. Just see. No, it's not going to rip, but I have kind of like deformed it, so I'm not bothered about that. I'm just going to snip at it. Just didn't want a clean snip, if you like. There. Better. What I'm thinking is, I'm just going to just grab this. Although I've scrunched this up, so I will space this out a little bit more, but I should be able to sew over that. I think that will be okay. Yeah, I think I'll be able to sew over that. So I like that. I'm just going to grab some pins now. Oops. Up there. And this down here. I mean, I could sew over this, the star over this, and might that be okay, you know, in like a gold maybe, something like that. It's going to be okay. Righty-ho, there's one there. Let's just use that up there. So I'm liking that. I'm loving the colours. Just going to check to see, I don't want to overkill anything, but I'm just going to check, see if I've got anything else. They're all quite dark. Let me just, I like that, but that's, I know there's a picture on there, but I don't really want the picture, but I kind of, oh, okay. I've still got the picture. What happened there? Okay. Quite like that. You can still see the rose upside down actually, if you, or is it? I don't know. I like it that way anyway, so I'm going to have that there. I think that's going to be it. I'm going to leave that blank. I don't want too much in. Okay, so that's kind of like where we're going, headed. So what I'm going to be doing is, I'll just show you a little bit of, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to invisible stitch all this down, but before I do that, I'm going to show you how I did this. So what I did was got my tracing paper and traced over the letters like that. Then I turned it over and went over the letters again. So this has got pencil on it, so it's ready to transfer onto my piece. So what I'm going to be doing is with my pencil, I'm going to put it away. Let's just take. I'm going to do this. Let's just take those pins out because I can't trace over the pins. I'm going to go. I think I'm just going to have the G on there. That seems to fit nicely. So the G is going on there, and then the rest is going on the. I'm trying to be careful here because it's going to go through the lace. And what I'll do is I'll use my friction pen. It's not going to happen, I don't think. No, it's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is see that. I could probably take, yeah, look, I could take the lace off actually, do it under the lace, and then I think I will. this iron's off, so there's no need to worry about it being permanent. So the G is going to go on that, and once I use, for example, that, you're going to see through it. So there's the G, and then we're going to go, where's that pencil gone? I don't think this is the best thing to use. I'm just going to get a hardback book or something. I've got them down here, haven't I? So much better. Hopefully that's going to, yes, look at that, it's going to fit brilliantly. So I am going to just go over with my friction pen. There, okay. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'm also going to find spaces for these. So I might start there, of slow spells and mindful magic, like that. But I'm not going to do that all at once because I'm going to start sewing. So let's get rid of those out of the way. Grab my needle, and I've just got some machine thread here. So the first thing that I'm going to be doing is the invisible stitch all over to get everything tied down. In fact, I think I'm going to take that off because I can attach that at another time. It may get in my way while I'm sewing, so that's going to go at the very end. Okay, so just come up here and back down again, really close, and then travel along a little bit, and then I like to do little back stitches, a really tiny back stitch across about 1 inch maybe. And then you've got a long stitch on the back, but you've only got tiny little stitches on the front that you can hardly see. And that's going to just attach all of your fabric together, so you're not battling with pins or anything like that. So I've got to the end, just twist it round a little bit, and then down, and then I'm going to be catching this fabric now. So from here, go into the corner of this one, and again just carry on. Oops. Attaching the lace as well. then we're carrying on our merry way. So I'll just do a few more stitches of this just to run my thread out, and then I will do the rest off camera now that you've seen me do it. Again, catching lace. I will sew the lace down properly as well. It won't just stay like this, and also the fabric. So that one, that pink can go, that pink can go. Get a couple more stitches out of it. I think I'll just end it there. Just a few stitches, you don't really need to knot it. Like that. Okay, and then you just carry on all the way across your piece. So you've got everything tied down. Okay, so next, the words. So you choose a colour, basically. So these are kind of like the colours that I picked out, the darkish colours, just see what I would like. So I'm just going to, that's quite dark, I'm not sure about that one. Got that one. I'm kind of erring to green. Yep, I'm definitely, yeah. I might change some colours as we're going. I might change words. I might do words in different colours. But for now, I just think the green is really pulling me. I mean, there's that lovely red there as well, which I'm loving. And I haven't really got anything that colour. That's a little bit darker, but I'm liking this colour. I'm liking these very much on this piece. But I think I'm going to go green for this. So I've got that one, or I've got that dark one as well. Is that even darker? I don't think it really matters. I think they're about the same. I'm going to go for this one. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is grabbing 2 strands. I've probably made it harder on myself because of this lace, but hey ho, not to worry. See how we get on going through it. So I'm just going to follow my lines, and I'm going to be doing a back stitch. And then I'm going to go back around again, so I'm going to do a double back stitch, so it's going to be 2 lines of back stitch. I'm really in love with this stitch at the moment. I'm favouring it above all else when I'm doing lettering. So I'm hoping I mean, it doesn't look that clear at the moment going over the lace, but once I've done the second round of stitches, then I think it will be okay. And what you can also do here, I did say, didn't I, that you can find a hoop. If I've got a hoop. Have I got a little hoop? Just going to grab it. Might be easier. There you go. Because I'm up near an edge, then it just, that little bit of extra fabric just kind of helps when you're using a hoop. So how are you all today anyway? Hope you're all well, you're finding time to stitch, and hopefully you're going to be joining in this project. I've seen quite a lot of comments on the video that I did, and in the group, really lovely comments from everyone. They're looking forward to the project, so I've been looking forward to it. I've been raring to go on this one ever since I had the idea. So it's yeah, a project that I want to do for a while. So, or you know, like a witchy kind of project. So I thought October would be the ideal time to start one. Oops, thought I'd gotten a knot, but I haven't. Apologies if you can hear background noise. I've got family here. Some of my family's here. Yeah, I think that's going to be nice. It looks like kind of like, you know, what the illuminated letters where you have the kind of square box for the letter to sit in. I think it's kind of like that. I do like that. I was kind of worried. I was thinking, oh, what have I done? Putting lace over a letter, but under a letter. But I think it's going to look good. Yes, I think I have got a knot now. Yep. That's it. Oh, I thought something in the way. It's a strand of thread. Okay, so we're at the end of the letter. So what I'm going to do now is just come back up, and then I'm kind of staggering my stitches. So if one ends here, then the next one goes like that. So like brickwork almost. So it's kind of like one's going there, and then one's going there. Although you can't really tell on this lace, but when you go around corners, you can't always do it. But it's kind of what I'm doing. I'm just going to take that pin out because I don't need that anymore, do I? I've still got to sew the edges down, but I can do that at a later date. Got a little knot somewhere along the way. It's just one of those that needs a little there. If it doesn't show up to your satisfaction, if you're doing it on lace like I've done, you could always go around again. You don't have to just do two. You can do as many as you like. Couching would also be good as well if you took the whole strand of thread and then lay it over and then sewed it down, that would be good as well. A little bit of couching. Not sure what I've done there. Oh, I thought I had. Goodness me. I'm going to sew down the little corner. Just undo that. There we go. Let's try again. So I'm just going to be stitching away like this. Get my other letters on. I'm going to finish off doing the invisible stitch just to get these tied down as well. And then I'm going to do a little border. It's going to be something like this. I'm going to try all 4 of my stars. Although I've got that, I've just realised I've got that here. But I suppose I could incorporate it in. We'll see how we go. But yeah, that's it. So I'm going to leave it there because you've kind of seen everything that I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to finish off this, and I don't know if I'm going to be finished for the next video or not, but I will definitely be showing you my progress in the next video, and then we will also be doing the preparations for the back page as well. So I hope you enjoyed what you've seen so far, and I hope it's something that you'd like to join in with. If you do, don't forget there's the oh right, my mind's gone blank, the Facebook page Dotty B Slow Stitching, where you can share all what you do as well, your progress and everything, which I would love to see if you're doing following along and everything. Yeah, so comment. I love all your likes and your comments and your please subscribe if you like it, and I hope to see you again soon. In a couple of days time it will be, probably the weekend, I will get around to doing another video. So until then, take care. Bye bye.